Well, hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be fitting a clear Aeroscreen from Meteor Motorsport. I will also give my thoughts of driving with an Aeroscreen for the first time. So let's get into the video. I've always wanted to try an Aeroscreen to see what it's like and maybe do a track day with it on one day. As I use Fern as my daily, I need the screen on really, and an Aeroscreen wouldn't work for me all the time. First I need to take the doors, wipers and windscreen off. The doors and wipers are easy enough, they just lift off. The windscreen has 2 bolts each side to undo. If you have the retaining channel fitted, then it's much easier to take these bolts out. If you don't have this, then there will be nuts on the other side that you need to hold in place. If you need to get to these nuts, then you need to take off the knee trim panels, and to take it off it's normally self-tapping screws, I think, or it is on Fern. And here they are here, but it's not the best shot. I have the retaining channels, which makes taking the screen off a lot easier, so I don't have to worry about the nuts on the inside. If you have a heated screen, you will also have to disconnect the wires before removing the windscreen. Be very careful when taking the windscreen off, as you will probably have some small stones between the sanctions of the windscreen and the bodywork. Fern will never be perfect as I use her as my daily, but if you have an immaculate car, I'd just be very careful and maybe use some cloths and possibly have somebody to help you as well to make it easier. The Aeroscreen comes in 2 parts and it's covered in a protective film. You have to drill holes to put it together and to make it fit. You need to drill 2 holes, 1 for either side, and 2 more holes to go underneath the poppers or to rivet poppers on. The more caterhams that I see, they all seem slightly different, so drilling holes yourself means that you could get a better fit, I would think. There are lots of different options for buying an Aeroscreen and from different suppliers. Yes, carbon always looks nice, but the reason that I chose the Meteor Motorsport Aeroscreen was because it was clear. I like seeing what the racers do, and every race and sprint car that I've seen has had a clear Aeroscreen on it. I would think this is to do with visibility, as you can obviously see through the clear ones and not carbon or the black plastic. I've not tried any others, so maybe there are benefits that I haven't thought of. Maybe weight, or obviously looking nicer, everybody likes carbon. Saying that, I really do think that the clear Aeroscreen looks really good, especially for Fern and the look that I'm going for. Not that that was top of the priority. I've said before that I will share successes with you and also failures. I wouldn't say it was a failure, but I did make a mistake while fitting this, which I wouldn't want you to do. I'm not making excuses, but a big but maybe. But I did fit this on my own. It was late at night, and I really wish I hadn't started it late at night, basically. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but if you know me, I normally measure loads of times before cutting or drilling anything, and I didn't do it in this case. What I did, which was a mistake, was I made sure that the driver's side fitted good first without looking at the passenger side. And then when I went to the passenger side to fit that side, I realised that it was a bit wonky. So to fix this, I had to drill or make the holes slightly bigger in the sides to make sure that the bolts would go through on the side. When I realised that I'd made a mistake on the passenger side, I ended up stopping for the day, and then I started the next day, which was definitely a good idea because I'm sure if I carried on I would have made it worse. If I did this again, I would definitely do it with somebody else, just to have them the other side to make sure that everything lines up perfect. After fitting this and putting the mirrors on, I actually did have a friend come over to get it to fit a lot better, and it looks really good now. I didn't film much on the second day, But what I did was I made the hole slightly bigger on the driver's side and also on the passenger side to make sure that it fitted better. I also drilled holes for the spar mirrors that I wanted to attach. What I did to fit these is, as the Aeroscreen has a protective film on it, I drilled where I wanted the mirror to go on one side, and then I cut that part of the protective film off and used it as a template on the other side, and that seemed to work really well. I'm not sure how others have mounted their spar mirrors to the screen, but I couldn't really find a flat surface to put them on, or at least where I wanted to mount the mirrors. What I did buy is these spacers, which I'll leave a link in the description below of where you can buy them. They're 3D printed, and it just means that it was a lot easier to fit the mirrors, and they actually fit flush because of the spacers. Spacers also have a hole in the middle, so this means that you can adjust the mirrors while they're on the screen. As I was trying to minimise any scratching with the Aeroscreen, I did put some foam under the middle piece, which, let's be honest, it's not my finest work of cutting. I now have some white foam to replace this with, so hopefully it'll look a little bit better in the future. Also, when my friend came over to help me see if I could get the fit slightly better, I've now got two extra holes in the middle piece, which means that it fits a lot better because of the way that I drilled it in the first place, which is 100% my fault. But looking on the positive side, you know, you could say that I've drilled these extra holes to add some lightness, couldn't you? And well, Colin Chapman would be proud. Now that Aeroscreen is on, let's have a look at it outside. Well, I think it looks brilliant, and the white spar mirrors really set it off as well, I think, and it's a perfect look for little Fern. I really like the Aeroscreen being clear, as it means that you can see more, and that's why I chose the Meteor Motorsport one. I have scratched the screen a bit, partly to do with probably fitting it and also the way that I've kind of stored it a little bit. I would think that the clear screen is easier to scratch than it would be on a carbon or the black plastic ones, or maybe it would be less visible on a carbon or the black plastic ones. Maybe there's a way of polishing these out, I'm not sure, maybe that's something to look at later. The next thing to do is to go for a drive and to let you know my first thoughts of driving with the Aeroscreen on. I've never done this before, so it was quite exciting today. Quick thing to say here, as I know everybody has their own views of what protection they want, if any, while using an Aeroscreen. Everybody has their own opinions, and for me, I wanted to wear a helmet as that seemed safer to me. I can see and understand all points of view, so please value mine. I only have a track day helmet, but I do plan to get measured for a decent helmet and a hands device later this year. This will also be better for track days. It is March when I did this drive, and it wasn't the warmest of days. I'm not sure if you could see in some of the pictures, it was also quite windy as well. But saying that, I was quite surprised how much my head was moving around because of the windscreen not being there. From reading online, I think if I had half doors, then this might make this a bit better. I'm not sure though. Do you have a Aeroscreen and half doors, and does that make a difference? Let me know in the comments below. I'm hoping to buy some half doors at some point and to give that a try just to see what the difference is. Like I said, it is March when I'm going for this drive, and it's cold and the roads are a bit slippy, so I don't want to push my luck. I could tell that the acceleration seemed slightly better, but when the roads are in better condition, I could try this again, or definitely on a track day to feel the full benefits. It was a very different experience to having the windscreen on, and I did feel more exposed, if I'm honest. It was very good fun though, and I'm looking forward to going out again with it on in nicer weather. The acceleration definitely did seem better. It could have been a placebo effect, but I'm pretty sure it's to do with lower drag. Well, firstly, I wish I had fitted the Aeroscreen with somebody else at the start. I think it definitely would have been easier, and I would like to think that I wouldn't have made any mistakes, even though I did correct these later. I really like the clear Aeroscreen from Meteor Motorsport, as you can see more with it. The racers use clear Aeroscreens, so there's got to be a reason for that, and I also really like the look. Driving with an Aeroscreen is definitely different, but definitely good different. I'm not sure if I could do a long journey though, but maybe that's another video in itself and I should do a test. I'd also definitely love to try a track day with the Aeroscreen on to see the benefits. It definitely feels like the car accelerates quicker due to less drag, and I'd also like to try half doors in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll put links to any products that I've used or anything that I think would be helpful in the description below. I know I say this on every video, but if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. It would be brilliant to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If that does happen, then it would mean that I could do more with my YouTube channel, and it would hopefully mean that I'd be able to do better videos as well. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and I'll answer them if I can. Hopefully you agree that the microphone that I've bought has been a good purchase and it sounds better hopefully in the video. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.